What's up, guys? It's CJ here from Appenzeller Training Systems coming at you guys with Nutrition Tip Wednesday. Very excited to launch off this Nutrition Tip series, and I also want to talk about one key today. So, number one, we all know nutrition is habit-based, and I've talked to you guys before about building a strong habit around breakfast. Now, the breakfast I recommend if you're trying to lose weight and burn fat is, of course, the meat and nuts breakfast. So the meat and nuts breakfast is basically a great source of protein, great source of fat first thing in the morning. And I want to explain why that's such an awesome idea for you guys. So throughout sleep, our body is in like a peak fat burning state. So when we wake up, we're still kind of in that peak fat burning state. So want to kind of cook while the iron's hot, and I want to give you guys kind of a like something you can grasp onto and see here. So here's my hot pan, okay, it's on, right, and here's my butter. As we know, butter is a fat, okay, so I'm going to take my butter here, I'm going to slap it down into the pan. Remember, this pan is kind of symbolic of our bodies first thing we wake up in that peak fat burning state. Now you see that butter burns really fast, right? We're burning that fat up. Remember, we're in this peak fat burning state during this time, first thing we wake up, okay? So we want to have a great source of protein, great source of fat. Our body acts just like this and burns that fat aggressively and quickly. Now, on the flip side of that, if you were to eat some carbohydrates first thing in the morning, which is kind of what a lot of us are used to, but what we're kind of trying to get away from, we'd have something like this, a piece of bread. That's a piece of Ezekiel toast in the pan. Now let's try our exact same thing with our butter to represent our body fat. And if we were to have carbs first thing in the morning, we're in this peak fat burning state. Let's put the butter right on top of this bread here. And we're going to see that fat does not melt nearly as quickly or at all compared to our fat without the carbohydrates slowing that process. So there you have it, guys. This is why we stand by the meat and nuts breakfast first thing in the morning. A great source of protein, a great source of fat. Our body is in peak fat burning state. You got to cook while the iron's hot. Peace.